Good morning, all of you. Today we will discuss on the topic liquefaction of gases. Liquefaction of gases is physical conversion of a gas into a liquid state, that means condensation. The liquefaction of gases is a complicated process that uses various compressions and expansions to achieve high pressures and very low temperatures using, for example, turbo expanders. Or liquefaction of gases is the process by which substances in their gaseous state are converted to the liquid state. When pressure on a gas is increased, its molecules closer together and its temperature is reduced, which removes enough energy to make it change from the gaseous to the liquid state. Now, uses of liquefaction. Uses of liquefaction. Liquefaction processes are used for scientific, industrial, and commercial purposes. Many gases can be put into a liquid state at normal atmospheric pressure by simple cooling. A few, such as CO2, that means carbon dioxide, require pressurization as well. Liquefaction is used for analyzing the fundamental properties of gas molecules, that means intermolecular forces, or for the storage of gases. For example, LPG, liquid petroleum gas, and in refrigeration and air conditioning, there the gas is liquefied in the condensation condenser, where the heat of vaporization is released and evaporated in the evaporator, where the heat of vaporization is absorbed. Ammonia was the first such refrigerant and is still in widespread use in industrial refrigeration, but it has largely been replaced by compounds derived from petroleum and halogens in residential and commercial applications. Now, liquid oxygen is provided to hospitals for conversion to gas for patients with breathing problems, and liquid nitrogen is used in the medical field for cryosurgery by inseminators to freeze semen, and by field and lab scientists to preserve samples. The liquefaction of air is used to obtain nitrogen, oxygen, and argon and other atmospheric noble gases by separating the air components by fractional distillation in a cryogenic air separation unit. Okay, now we take an example of CO2. Liquefaction of gases has a wide importance. Liquefaction of gases has a wide importance. Thomas Andrews investigated the complete relationship between volume, temperature, and pressure of a substance in gaseous as well as liquid state. By studying the behavior of carbon dioxide, after more research on this that means relationship between volume, temperature, and pressure of a substance. This, okay. After more research on this relationship, it was found that the high temperature isotherms is similar to that of ideal gas, but still under high pressure, the gas cannot be liquefied. When the temperature of the gas is decreased, then the curve shows deviation from the ideal one. Okay. Now, carbon dioxide is in gaseous state up to pressure of 73 atmospheric and temperature of 30.98 Celsius. This it converts to the liquid state at pressure of 73 atmosphere and 30.98 degrees Celsius. The pressure 73 atmosphere is called the critical pressure. That means this was critical temperature, critical pressure. The temperature 30.98 degrees Celsius is known as the critical temperature. At this critical temperature and pressure, the volume of 1 mole of the gas is known as critical volume. Okay. Further, rise in the pressure compacts the liquid. Means rise in the pressure. Okay. That means this type. This. Further, rise in the pressure compacts the liquid carbon dioxide, and the curve depicts the compressibility of liquid. The erect line in the graph shows the isotherm of liquid at temperature below 30.98. At temperature below 30.98 degrees Celsius, at temperature below 30.98, behavior of the gas on further compressions varies in a different pattern. At 21.5, at 21.5, only up to point B in the form of gaseous state. At point B, some part of CO2 becomes liquid and some part becomes gas at point B. With more compressions of liquid, the pressure do not change. Both liquid and gaseous forms of carbon dioxide exists at point B. Both liquid and gaseous forms of carbon dioxide exist at point B. All the gas is condensed at point C. That means this was C point. Compressions of gas changes from volume from V2 to V3, which give rise in pressure from P2 to P3. Horizontal portion of the isotherm shown in the graphs meets at the critical point. Point A and D represent the gaseous state and liquid state. Point A and D. Point A and D represent the gaseous state and liquid state. and a point under the dome shape represents the liquid and solid shape in equilibrium. All the behavior shown by CO2 is true for all gases. This was just the brief description about the liquefaction of gases. Okay. Now critical temperature, volume and pressure. That means what will be the critical temperature and volume and pressure. Andrews in his experiment observed that above a specific temperature the gas sample could not be liquefied, howsoever high the pressure becomes. The critical temperature is the temperature at which a gas changes into liquid. With the increase in temperature, the pressure required to liquefy a gas also increases. This temperature was the highest temperature at which a gas appears in the form of a liquid. It is the critical temperature, or it can be simply represented as TC. Now, critical constants play an essential role in the change of state of matter. Critical constants are critical pressure, temperature, and volume. The volume of 1 mole of a gas, volume liquefied at critical temperature, is known as the critical volume, while the pressure required to liquefy the gas at critical temperature is called as the critical pressure. That means PC. Okay. Now Lindy's process. It makes use of Joule-Thomson effect for liquefaction of gases. It makes use of Joule-Thomson effect for liquefaction of gases. Air is liquefied by the Lindy process, in which air is alternately compressed, cooled, and expanded. Each expansion results in a considerable reduction in temperature. With the lower temperature, the molecules move more slowly and occupy less space. So the air changes phase to become liquid. Now, Claudius process. Claudius process. Air can also be liquefied by Claudius process, in which, that means air can also be liquefied by Claudius process, in which the gas is allowed to expand isentropically twice in two chambers. While expanding, the gas has to do work as it is led through an expansion turbine. The gas is not yet liquid, since that would destroy the turbine. Commercially, air liquefaction plants bypass this problem by expanding the air at supercritical pressures. Final liquefaction takes place by isenthalpic expansion in a thermal expansion valve. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Thank you.